I think the game sounds are slightly low. Let me take care of that quickly. Um, I kind of can't hear them. Let's see. Increasing the music volume a little bit. Let me know if it works. I've found out that some of my hotkeys don't work, so I can't mute the recording or the microphone or anything from inside the game, and I don't usually like to click outside of the game because that tends to crash Hearts of Iron 3. So you will have to accept a bit of a rough stream management in a sense, particularly when it comes to audio. I think switching scenes works. So let me see. Switch to gameplay, and it should appear. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we have some battle plans active. I think those are several current battle plans. They are usually generally switched on when you load the game. Unfortunately, I would like to switch off different battle plans even though they are current. Here. Toggle visibility plan visibility. Okay. Right. So let's switch off Antelope and Schlange. And let's correct Schnecke. Or let's first give. Okay, so the last session was last period covered some redeployment and some research and upgrades to armor divisions, things like that. Some convoy warfare, which unfortunately we aren't too successful with. And we are sending a submarine who's taken heavy damage. So we'll actually rebase it. I'm not sure what the difference between defensive and passive is. I'm going to try passive because I think that means we won't engage enemies at all. We are down to, unfortunately, 6 submarine flotillas. I'm going to try to use a different one because we're currently not inflicting any damage whatsoever. So we'll see if that works. If we can have at least 2 flotillas operating on British convoys. Right, and so the general, the bigger tasks or the bigger projects right now are preparation for Schnecke, which is our the code name for the planned spring offensive to secure the Atlantic coast, which probably will result or has to result in a French capitulation. France needs to be taken out of the war. We want control of European mainland. That's basically what that the next strategic goal is. In that or to that purpose, we have shuffled around units and divisions, and I think we can make ready roughly 5 to 6 corps of infantry and about 2 corps, maybe a bit more, of light armor divisions. The other strategic task is to secure Denmark and Norway, of course, is about the Swedish metal imports, because for geographic reasons, Swedish metal is actually transported by rail to Norwich, where it is loaded on ships, which then sail along the Norwegian coast and deliver it to German ports. Of course, that's how it works during the summer, as far as I understand, and especially during winter when the Baltic Sea freezes over, although I'm not sure to what extent. Other than in this iron ore trade that is modeled. I think HPP does model that, but I've seen people move large fleets in the winter, especially in 1939, when they play as the Soviet Union and attack Finland, and I'm not sure that would have worked in the winter in December of 1939 and January of 1940. So those are the two main tasks, and I have thought about this Schnecke operation, and the problem with Schnecke is the way it is currently planned. This isn't going to work, because a narrow concentrated push this way has several problems, and one of the big problems is that it doesn't eliminate the Netherlands out of and take them out of the war, which is something we need to do first. The same has to happen with Belgium, but there it's much easier because Belgium is pretty much in the middle of the road to northern France. So we have to adjust this this whole thing. So let's make these and draw a new plan. So let's see, let's kill this and this. So let's phase things. So we'll rename this. This will become Schnecke 1. And Schnecke 1 will deal with, we can phase it so what I'm thinking is 2 armies. One smaller, more infantry heavy army will deal with the Netherlands. Of course, it'll get 2 armored divisions, and I see these 2, and maybe motorized infantry to quickly, occupy key objectives in the Netherlands to hasten their capitulation. But the rest of the troops will be infantry. And then the other army will be tasked with Belgium, and they're chiefly with penetrating Belgium quickly. So we can, because there is no point in having long, drawn-out sequences of battles in Belgium, which would allow the French to shuffle troops over. What we need to do is to pierce Belgian territory as fast as possible, and to race towards Paris and the coast, so we can prevent the British from sending over reinforcements. So far, I haven't. Actually, there is a British. There are some British expeditionary forces here and here at least, so we can expect problems here. So that's what I see. We need to quickly overthrow the Netherlands and Belgium is less of a priority for capitulation because here it is more important to reach the French border and break through. So if they don't capitulate immediately, that is less of a problem. But the Dutch we want to take out, so we free our own troops that we can continue feeding them into the breakthrough that we will hopefully achieve. I should also another problem I noticed when I checked my streams is that I'm not sure I get all the chat messages. I think I'm getting the ones from Twitch, but I'm not sure I get the ones from YouTube because during the last stream session I did check with Restream.io, the restreaming service that I use, so I'm able to stream to both YouTube and Twitch, and it told me that I did have viewers on YouTube. They didn't show up in my in OBS Streamlabs, the software that I use to stream. So, and I suspect that this bug or this problem might also have led to me not seeing certain chat messages. So I apologize if I don't see those, but I encourage you to keep trying. I'm working. I'm trying to find out what the problem is and I'm trying to solve it. So that's just a quick note on the side. Now let's go back to strategy and things of that sort. So we're going to have one army dealing with the Dutch. Like I said, I think they will get about 2 light armor divisions and maybe 1 motorized infantry division, which will allow us to quickly occupy key objectives, and those are essentially these ports. This is port. Which province is this port in? This port is in Den Helder. And then we have, of course, Amsterdam, and of course Den Haag, Rotterdam, Dordrecht. Those are key objectives. And let me see it. So let's go to the terrain map mode. This is ideal terrain for armor and motorized units, of course. So we could think about deploying 1 motorized infantry division up here with some infantry support. They would push quickly towards Den Helder, north of the IJsselmeer, which is this big bay. And then we should probably have the 2 armor divisions with infantry support to push towards Rotterdam and Amsterdam. Infantry will be tasked with taking Amsterdam. That should quickly eliminate Netherlands out of the war. And then I think the other army, let's see which kind of armies do we have. We have the 2nd and the 4th army that was decided in the last period. They will hold the line against the French here, and I see this is quite a large build-up. I've reduced the strength here to 2 infantry divisions per province for the most part, and I have a bit more over here. It seems rather low at this moment, so I think that's another reason to strike fast. Anyway, so the 2nd and the 4th army will be tasked with defending and the 6th and the 1st Army, I believe, are the other two armies. Yep, they will be tasked with the offensive. Now let's see. 6th Army is deployed in the south. Let's bring this headquarter north. And the 1st Army is a bit further north. It still has some divisions far away over here. So let's bring this headquarter to the north. The 1st Army is tasked with Netherlands. I think we should bring these divisions over. I think they are of more use on the western front. Yugoslavia and Hungary are both aligning towards the Axis. They see the Soviet Union as their main threat. They're in my corner, so I don't think we need to garrison the border really with those two countries, which we'll make use of immediately and pull these divisions. And we also have these extra infantry divisions here that we should be able to free because we actually sent in garrison divisions. I'm going to risk pulling off these infantry divisions. This may mean we will have to also pull off some HQs on the eastern front. We'll see. I don't think we need to garrison against Lithuania as much. We have a non-aggression pact with them. They aren't. Where's Lithuania? They're drifting towards the Axis. But we agreed, of course, in the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact to that they are in the Soviet sphere of influence. Yeah, I mean, I think we have enough divisions. The problem is deploying them reasonably. What's going on in terms of air intercept? Or no, there is a hostile bombing in Berlin. Strategic air warfare. How is it that they aren't being intercepted? That's odd. Here, let's switch out some air wings, and let's retreat with this one to a safer airbase. Let's do something about the strategic bombing. Why? We have two air fleets here and two here. I guess they fly around, or they fly through here maybe. Let's try to cover Berlin and Leipzig. The other one, unfortunately, it doesn't show which area they're being intercepting in. We're going to have to readjust. This should cover, together with the other one, should cover most of the approaches in the north. Another problem I noticed when I checked my stream is that I think sometimes the pointer isn't displayed in the correct place. So, for example, right now I have the pointer over one of the armor divisions in Wiesbaden, just west of Frankfurt. And I think in the video or in the stream it's recorded, the pointer is actually recorded further north and further west. That might be confusing. I have no idea why that is, and it's the first time that I see it, so hopefully I can find out what's going on and correct it. Last time we successfully invited Italy into the Axis. We haven't invited Japan yet, more for historicity reasons than for actual gameplay reasons. So we're redeploying divisions. Now let's assemble. So we're sending, I believe it's the first. This is the first army that's going north. First army, yes. First army will be tasked with Netherlands. We are reorganizing all the corps, and we'll also be reappointing commanders. And I think that's something we should do rather soon. Because of organization buildup. This is a old guard defensive specialist. Maybe a fortress buster would actually be a good idea. We are losing convoys and not really damaging the enemy, unfortunately. So the submarine game remains difficult, despite the despite the actual buffs that the subs received in the last patch version. Let's see, we have 6th Army. The 6th Army already has 4 cores. And the 1st Army has 3 cores. So we're going to need an additional 3 cores to have full efficiency. Okay, we're sinking. Something is happening. We're sinking some French transports. We are naval bombing the north of France, some ports. I ordered that mission as a basically for reconnaissance, because we don't technically have air reconnaissance, unfortunately. And we see some HQs, apparently no infantry or armor being shipped in, at least not right now. And then there is the port of Dunkirk, which holds battlecruiser, carrier, and some other units. The bombing isn't very effective. We're taking a lot of damage. So we should probably end this mission. There is more information now on units. Still, I think it's just the headquarters. Now the air fleet is flying back along the coast, because we are not violating neutral airspace. We're again being engaged by British fighters. But we'll cancel this mission because I don't want my naval bombers to take too much damage. The British fighters are in pursuit. Let's bring some more close air support. Have my naval bombers return. I think they have. There is another group on reserve, but actually I don't want to wear them down too much. I think the proximity here, because I can't provide fighter cover, I don't think it makes sense to continue with this, but we'll use them if we need to conduct more reconnaissance missions. These medium bombers, and here we have 4 more. They should probably be redeployed elsewhere in preparation for the attack. I would actually like this air base. It's not the biggest, it's only level 3. These air bases aren't very good. I think we should move fighters north because interception can happen over here. Let's free up some local air bases. As long as the Netherlands aren't in the war, this should actually block all bombings. Rebombings during the past week. Okay, so that opens up an airbase here. I think we can redeploy these 2 medium bomber air fleets. Using a reserve for rebasing, because that preserves the organization. Especially important when you intend to use a rebased air fleet right away. We have some more close air support here. I think we can... Well, it's also good to have some interceptors close to the front. And then we have extra close air support that we can move up, and then we have close air support here. What about these fighters back here are useless because there is no air combat going on. It's too far for them to rebase, or to rebase in terms of how about here? How about the heavy fighters? And I'll use them for the defense of Berlin if that continues. This close air support air fleet is repairing. We have an extra naval bomber over here. We have some naval bombers here. I think they are they're trying to protect our convoy routes, so they have a mission around the Danish peninsula to fight enemy submarines that are going after our convoys. We're still having convoys sunk here, unfortunately. I have to check in on these subs. They don't take damage. This one is on the way to the area of operation, but already took damage. It's very annoying. Let's see if we can make use of this menu on the side here for quick reorganization. We'll ignore 2nd and 4th Army. Let's fold this up. Here we have 2 garrison divisions. They should be attached to the Oberkommando. And I know a lot of divisions don't have commanders. That will be dealt with. And a lot of divisions have ugly names that will also be dealt with eventually. These are all divisions on the West Front that I have detached when I was reorganizing my divisions. So let's see. We'll ignore Ost, of course. We'll ignore HoI3. Let's okay. So here we'll have the armor. That's a motorized corps. And that's another armor division. This one actually should go to the first army. Maybe we should attach the whole first corps to the first army. This corps HQ should move up. Let's shoot this one. Second corps is deployed on the border. Okay. What about third? Third corps is on the way. Okay. Now we need some extra infantry. Three more divisions. And we could put them into second, third, first, even, or 14th. Although 14th is full. What's going on with the 14th? This armor division will not be hard. We will use the armor divisions that we already have here. So this one will be attached to the 18th Corps, or the 11th or the 19th. Which one is close? We have some assault infantry with assault engineers in the division. Those will be useful probably in this area with all these fortifications. Basically the Belgian continuation of the Maginot Line. And we also have to account for the operations into Denmark and Norway. And I am thinking I will use the mountain infantry divisions for these. We could think about freeing we haven't thought in detail about these invasions. Denmark is easy. Of course, there will no armor. Armor is all concentrated for or reserved for. Let's get our battle plans back. Armor is reserved for Schnecke and Antelope and Schlange will have to do with infantry or mountain infantry, respectively. And I'm thinking we have 4 mountain infantry divisions. I found out about that during the last period. I don't actually know where the other one is here. Okay, so we'll detach this one. I feel like I was thinking about not giving them all the engineers. So Antelope is the invasion of Norway, and I considered 3 landings: Norwich, Bergen, and Oslo. Here we can work with regular infantry, but I think each landing should consist of at least 2 divisions. Maybe Bergen 3. If I'm looking at this plan, because then I can use one division on each attack, and one division can guard the landing zone. So that would mean 3, 3, and 3. That would add up to a total of 9. Seems a lot. I don't know how big the Norwegian army is, but 9 divisions, that's almost 2 corps. So maybe 3 infantry divisions in Oslo, 1 mountain and 1 regular infantry division in Bergen, and 1 infantry and 1 mountain division in Norway. Okay, so that would mean 2 mountain infantry divisions, 5 infantry divisions. Okay, yeah, I think that can that can work. Question is, do we deploy all? Excuse me. Do we deploy all mountain infantry divisions? I kind of like the idea of not sending all of them to Norway, because I don't know what happens to my fleet and whether I'll be ever able to return or to move divisions back and forth. That's the other problem. We have 1 fleet, 1 surface fleet here. Not a terrible fleet, but it's no match to the British. And then we have the Baltic fleet here. They can definitely, provide enough firepower to be a serious distraction. And if we can catch them off guard, I feel like we're not going to protect landings here, although this one will actually be the biggest one. Do we even have I think the transportation capacity shouldn't be a problem. We can carry a total of 560 with 14 transports. An infantry division has a weight of 43. This is actually one within Salt Battalion. How about the regular infantry division? The regular infantry division has a weight of 39. 5 of these would be 185. And then mountain infantry would be roughly 36. Why is this one much lighter than the other one? Oh, I see. So mountain infantry would be 36 within the engineer battalion. 2 of those. Yeah, we would be somewhere below 250, which is about half half of the transport capacity for these transports. So we could actually provide only a loose screen of the Norwegian coast. That would basically be like a speed bump for the British Navy. But this of course only works if we don't have the British Navy isn't already close to the coast. But this way I could send my transports along the coast mostly and deploy the rest of the fleet in the Norwegian Sea or off the coast, so if the British get wind of the whole plan, they will first bump into my fleet over here, which would provide some additional time for the transports to drop off the landing force for Norway. I think that is a pretty decent plan that can work. As for Snake, I don't see too many problems here. We can think about the landing here. I put that down. We even have the transports, and this would probably hasten the fall of Denmark, even further securing our approach to Norway. I don't see too much of a problem here. I think I was trying to... No, not really. We do have some... No, we don't have any spies in Denmark. But still, for some reason, we have intelligence on the deployment of Danish forces. For instance, we know that they have close air support in Denmark. Maybe that is because we invited, because Italy was accepted into the Axis. Maybe they are spying on Denmark and know this. I don't know. As for Norway, we don't have any spies either, as far as I can tell. They're Scandinavia. Right. So Norway, yeah, we have one spy in Norway. Set him on military espionage. I think we have Denmark and Norway hammered out. That kind of works. Now we just need to designate which units will deal with it. Fourth and 5th Infantry Division, that's an engineer, that's useful. What about this one? A Marine Commander. Okay, so I see the 1st Mountain Infantry Division, and actually these infantry divisions should be renamed. So, so we have the 1st. This one will be the 2nd one. Third and 4th. Okay, so I see the 1st will participate, and the 3rd. One will land in Bergen, one will land in Narvik. And then we need to assign some infantry divisions as well. These two will stay in the south. They will probably be attached to 6th Army for the attack on southern Belgium. Let's move them up already. So we set 1st and 3rd. We'll deploy towards the transports. So over here we'll ready Bergen and Norwich, and in Rostock we can ready the Oslo landing force. And we said we want 3 infantry divisions for Oslo. That is transport capacity of around 120. Carry 40, so we need, let's go with 4. How do we call them? I have no idea if this would be a reasonable name that a German staff officer will come up with. I'm going to use it anyway. And Oslo will ship in infantry. We are actually moving infantry away in the east. So what we can do is we can just select 3 infantry divisions and reroute them to Rostock. Now ideally they would have a corps headquarters. The 17th and the 37th. Okay, so this corps, the 7th Corps, will actually be used. And then the other infantry division that moves this way. We'll reattach that to the 7th. This corps will attach to OKW for now. Each of the mountain infantry divisions will be accompanied by at least 1 infantry division. Let's reroute 2 infantry divisions to Stettin, and then potentially more. Of course, Norway will take longer, so we're probably going to wait until spring to do that. April is the target. I know time is progressing very slowly at the moment. That's because I'm setting up and if I move too, or if time runs too fast, I'm not going to have enough time to do all the reorganization, which of course in real life would have been done by thousands and thousands of staffs planning all the details. And in game, of course, everybody has to do it himself. And I could, of course, create a theater and assign the divisions and the forces and the naval units, but that's extremely risky. The AI would probably make a complete disaster. Here we are upgrading the. This used to be the 56th Infantry Division, and it's upgrading to first paratrooper formation of the German army, which is basically illustrative of one of the one of many problems and shortcomings and mistakes of my campaign so far. In this case, not training paratroopers early. I think we only researched it last year. We didn't train them, and then I realized that actually for quickly taking out the Netherlands or supporting the attack on Norway, paratroopers would have been extremely useful. They will only finish training. Let's see. They'll finish training in July. Hopefully everything that we are planning right now will be over by then. We have 3 additional infantry divisions coming out of training by the end of March. And we have 2 light armor divisions, but they will be rather late, I think. And then we have the upgrades of 4 armor divisions, 2 medium armor divisions. But these will also only be ready by June. We have trade decisions switched on. Let's take them out. Okay, otherwise there are no important decisions to take. So we can go back to setting up for Schnecke 1. Let's switch this one off. So Schnecke 1, defense here along the enemy Maginot Line that will remain. Schnecke 1 will be, I think we'll do it this way. Schnecke 1 will be Netherlands, and then we'll have Schnecke 2 for Belgium and Schnecke 3 eventually for France. So Schnecke 1 will be attacks on Amsterdam. So we'll have one. I will take the short route here. We'll launch the attack here because this province we can actually attack from several sides. So we should generate a break-in here. And then the attack should travel this way. Target here. I think usually targets are designated this way. We have a very limited selection here. But usually attack targets are designated as circles. And we only have dashed lines. It's interesting. We'll do it differently. We'll use this combat icon to designate targets. So Den Helder is a target, Amsterdam is a target, and this area here is a target. Of course, in a truly sophisticated tactical planning, you would have different symbols for armored posts, infantry posts, and so on. But we'll work with whatever we have here, and think it should work for the strategic level that we're looking at anyway. Here we will have an infantry push directly to Amsterdam, and mainly an armor push this way. We can actually mix in armor here. I think this one will be mainly motorized infantry. Then we'll have the 2 armor divisions here, one to open up the way to Amsterdam for the infantry, and one to open up the way to yes, Dordrecht, Den Haag. Okay, so that's Schnecke 1 for the Netherlands. These are huge, these. I don't like that, but we'll keep it this way. And then let's I see. Now let's edit the plan for Belgium. First, let's get rid of what's going on. Can I? Why can't I edit this one? Oh, okay, I got it. I didn't really have it selected. Okay, so I still like the idea of breaking through southeast of Brussels, although actually the west side would work as well. They have a fortification here. It's really strategically placed, and we even know it's only level 1, so we can work with that. I mean, as soon as we can free the 2 armor divisions, Holland or in the Netherlands, we could also attack you. But I think the primary attack should be this is all woods. That's not ideal for armor. They do have a lot of units here. What about Luxembourg? Doesn't look like they have any fortification here. They technically can't retreat. We could use Luxembourg to break through here as well. This province is heavily defended, but it doesn't have fortifications. We can attack it from 3 sides. Then we would need to hold armor ready for that. So for the Dutch, the idea is to take them out of the war quickly. Should we dedicate some forces to open a path here to Belgium? Drive away these divisions, maybe in these two provinces. And we can open an additional front. I think we should do that. But the E6 army can actually do that. Let's deploy armor accordingly. So that's the 2 armor divisions for the first army. Let's attach. Okay. The Standarte will take care of the attack in the north. That's why it will go here. So that's setting up the armor and motorized for Schnecke 1. Now Schnecke 2 will be, as we said, we want to open here and here. I think we should do both. We should try both. But this will take forever to eat through this stack of divisions. I think the whole Belgium army except this province is deployed here. There's some cavalry back here. That's actually a lot of cavalry. It's 4 cavalry brigades and motorized support brigade. Then we have these rivers. Okay, so that's where we will deploy the assault infantry. I didn't need to draw that plan. This assault infantry. Yeah, we'll deploy it here. Here. Let's see. So Maastricht is fine. There is no river to cross. But once we are in Maastricht, we'll have to cross a river into this province, and this province. Yeah, all of those. Okay, so that's why these 2 assault infantry divisions. Where are you? I should definitely go here. I think we have more assault infantry somewhere. Probably wouldn't hurt having an additional division here in the south once we manage to break through. Then we have other rivers to cross. (35th Infantry Division). That's moving north, but We'll have it move here. Fourth Infantry Division, also assault. Okay, that's that. We have two mountain infantry divisions moving for Norway. And then we have two that we don't need for Norway, but we should also keep reserves for Norway in case. There are many options. There is, first, there is a possibility that the British counter land. So it's important to secure ports as soon as possible. We secure the south pretty easily and Oslo. Problem is Trondheim, so I'm thinking we should actually, instead of risking anything, we should actually perform a landing in Trondheim as well. To prevent any sort of problems. For some reason I can't. Okay. Now I can draw. Yep, I think we'll. That means having four landing fleets. Maybe we'll make Narvik big with about 8 transports. And it'll first land some divisions and then sail on to Narvik and then land in Narvik. I think that's probably a good idea. This way we only have to have 3 fleets. I kind of want to limit the number of fleets. So we're taking care of the assault infantry. The assault infantry will be concentrated in the south of the Netherlands and Belgium to achieve the breakthrough in terrain that's not suited for tanks. And I think that pretty much answers where the tanks will go. The other 10 armor divisions. Stop drawing. They will stage here in Mönchengladbach and potentially here. Wherever we achieve breakthrough first, that's where we will start filing in armor divisions. Let's get the tanks moving. So the idea is to break through here and here, whichever plan works first. That's where we will. That's where we start working. We can activate this one, so we see what's going on here. We're now drawing in this one, so it should be renamed. It should be called Schnecke 2. And okay, so here we have this one. We will attack through Maastricht. That's where we will start moving from, hopefully. And then the idea is to bypass Brussels and reach French-Belgian border as quickly as possible. And alternatively, we achieve breakthrough here and reach the French border. So the objective here is going to be the border region in this area, north of Reims. And Brussels and the Belgian ports are actually only secondary targets. I will designate it this way. It's a pity that this is such a huge. Oh, I see. We have smaller arrows. So alternative or secondary targets are like this, or secondary attacks to widen the front, open more avenues of attack. Okay, I think that is pretty much. Let's see what is this Army Air Command Structure Advance, improving organization for our bomber fleets. Okay, so I think this does it pretty much for Schnecke 2. Yeah, if that works this way, then we have pretty good chances. And of course, from Schnecke 1, we will have additional forces ready eventually. They can support Schnecke 2 whenever they are available. But I'm not going to draw all this because it will clutter the map too much. Now let's switch off at least Schnecke 1. Let's create Schnecke 3 for Paris. So if everything goes according to plan, this is where we can start the attack. And I think it's pretty straightforward. There will be one push south to stop, or to put a stop to France moving troops back, cut them off on the Maginot line. With the I would say with the army objective, whichever army will take care of this. I think it is an army objective overall. We will probably have to create additional army headquarters. So one army should be tasked with reaching Troyes. Let's symbolize this by slapping down an attack goal. That'll prevent France from quickly moving in support to defend Paris. And then of course Paris is the main objective here. I really don't like these symbols. I think I'm gonna get rid of them. They look ugly and they cover the map too much. Oh, I see. This is Schnecke 2. Let's get rid of this. We'll just work with the assumption that the end of the arrow means the attack objective. Okay. Okay, so we'll have two pushes, one to slow down the enemy from reinforcing and one directly to Paris. And we can have alternative attacks. Not this one. I'm working with the smallest arrows because they maintain visibility the best. And we can have an alternative attack this way along the coast. This will take care of the ports. I think like this, that should be a pretty good plan. Let's save this. Okay. Again, I'm aware this is extremely slow, but I think it's worth carrying out the careful planning, especially because we're playing on hard, and things will be quite a bit more difficult. Let's see. Army Air Command, we'll take this off, and I think we should get started on the interception tactics. Okay, let's save this, let's get rid of this, switch off plans. I think, no, actually we'll switch on, let's see, let's switch on Schnecke 1 and 2, this way we know how to deploy. Excellent. Let's see if we can deploy the troops. It'd be nice if we could start the offensive at the end of the month, because I don't want to give the French and the British too much time doing whatever they are doing. That means we will have to move some divisions quickly. So the armor is moving here. What about here? Here we have more armor. This one isn't actually moving. Why isn't it moving? Okay, so we say, yeah, we're staging armor here. This area and here. Maybe not here, because we don't know if we actually will manage to break through here. And if we break through over here, I want to machine everything here. I don't care about this one. We'll just cut them off and block them later. So I'm actually going to move all the armor into this into this province, or maybe actually into this one. Thing is, this province we can manage to break through faster. Because here we can only attack from one side, from one province. Actually, I'm going to move the armor into Mönchengladbach. I think we'll break this division pretty quickly because we can attack from many sides at the same time. And then the armor can start moving. But the armor will go into Mönchengladbach. Köln is good enough, actually. I don't want to scare the Dutch too much by putting all my troops here. They will reinforce. I know, I'm worried that this plays a factor. We have 6 infantry divisions here. These are all regular infantry divisions. 2 reserve divisions here. I'm gonna keep them here for the moment. I am moving in fresh divisions to reinforce the line here. I don't want the French to get any ideas for an attack in the south, especially not while I'm setting up. So we don't actually have that many divisions available. There's an extra division. There is a division here. It's not a crazy number. Thought I had more. That was before I started reinforcing in the south. This HQ will move to Cologne. These two corps are taking south the Rhine front. They are under the Second Army. This corps is an extra corps that we can use. Actually, the Armor Corps will be part of 6th Army, of course, and this garrison. Here I decided splitting up the garrison divisions. This way I get more out of them. Still not exactly sure why I'm garrisoning the border with Yugoslavia and certainly with Hungary. It's an extra infantry division. I don't yet really have a reserve for what's going on here. Being strategically bombed. Again. How are these planes flying into my territory? They're probably flying through the south, I see. I have 4 interceptors here. I have 4 gigantic air fleets. Okay, so I'm gonna use one. Let's see, we're going to use them here. And we'll set this on air intercept. So I think the French are attacking this way over southern Germany. Let's see if this works. Okay. We still don't have a reserve for Norway in case we need it. We have 4 more divisions. These are mostly designated for Norway. That's 5 divisions designated for Norway. I will pull more divisions from the east here. Let's see another way. Don't see any good alternatives. We have two. I suppose the other mountain divisions will be reserved for Norway. But what we are going to do is we're going to detach the assault engineers. And we'll use them for Schnecke. And we'll integrate them into infantry divisions. Earmarked for the breakthrough. And we have two additional mountain infantry divisions. We'll send them north. I think that should be enough. I don't think I can spare anything else for Norway. We have 4 more armor divisions. Yeah. They're in Bonn. Where's the rest of the armor? That's four divisions here. Or here, that's just 8. Is that all we have? We have 2 here. I'm aware of these, but that would only make a total of 10. We also should start thinking about the leaders, because switching leaders will halve the organization that I have in each division that I switch a leader. And of course, the organization should be high at the beginning of the offensive. Yeah, the Netherlands need to be a quick success. It's absolutely crucial. This way we can free up more units, more divisions. I haven't checked in on the subs in a while. 91%, 100%. Bring up an additional corps headquarter. I think we can start reassigning leaders in frontline divisions. The regular infantry division. That's a strong leader, but he's battle master. I think he'll stay, but it's maybe he's actually better served, or we are better served when we put him into an army division. Is it correct? Do I only have? I thought I had 10 divisions available, 10 armor divisions. 6th Army will hold all the armor except for whatever is in the 1st Army. In the 1st Army we have 3rd Cavalry and 20th. Okay, so this one is converted out of the 20th Motorized Infantry Division, so to be renamed. What are the armor divisions that we have? We have the 9th. Third Cavalry. Where's the rest? Seven, 5, 6. First, 8. Okay. The ones that are upgrading. Okay. First Cavalry. Not technically a cavalry division anymore. So we have. This is yeah. So I think we have 1 through 11. We have 12. I don't think we do. Okay. The 20th Motorized Infantry Division is now 12th Armor Division. Okay, so we have the 12th Armor Division. The 3rd Cavalry Division will become the 13th Armor Division. Okay. So 12 and 13 are earmarked for Schnecke 1. And some additional motorized infantry, which is yet to be assigned. Let's assign it to. So we can say 3rd Corps is tasked with Amsterdam. 1st Corps is tasked with Dordrecht, which leaves north. Okay, so this means Standarte will attach to the 14th Corps. And then we can attach 1 extra infantry division here. We actually have more motorized infantry. That opens some flexibility. I think we'll use the motorized infantry in the south rather than in the north. And this one should be attached to the 14th Corps as well. If I can find it. Oh, there's an extra division here. Which one is this? 76 will be detached. and 86 will be reattached. Okay, so that takes care of 14th Corps. 14th Corps is basically tasked with Afsluitdijk or Den Helder. Then we have 3rd Corps tasked with Amsterdam. Now we need to detach these infantry divisions. But 3rd Corps is going to need more infantry, a lot more in fact. And then we have 1st Corps. Tasked with Den Haag. Okay, and then there is the rest of the infantry moving in for the north. We'll attach those later. Actually, we can now start taking care of north. The 86th Infantry Division will just defend in the north. I don't expect too much, but I want to keep some units here. 62nd Infantry will take care, or is tasked with Den Helder. That's okay, we'll leave him. We'll leave him. We'll leave him. That's a skill 3. I think we have better armor leaders. We have a lot of skill 4 armor leaders in total of 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's actually almost enough for all the armor. And first of all, that's the first armor corps. And then we need the second armor corps for all the other armor. There is I think there's an empty corps in 6th Army. Where is it? Or we can actually just take, yeah, let's take 23rd Corps. Then I believe there is the 9th Armor Division still unattached here. Right. So that basically makes the 23rd Army Corps Armor Corps. Rename it. Okay. Now with priority, we're going to switch out commanders here. Skill 4, skill 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3. So skill 2. Replaced. 4, 4, 5. Another skill 2 commander. kind of would like to use a lower skill general, but it's a bit it's kind of crucial that we break through as quick as possible. I'm just going to be ruthless here. Switch out low performing leaders. That's a motorized infantry division, but still. We'll use Brown because he has improved attack speed. That can be useful for achieving breakthroughs. So that makes the two armored corps look pretty good in terms of leaders. Now, for the first army, that's a skill 3, and that's a skill 3. I think we'll leave those in place. And we have some extra commanders available for when the new divisions come out of training. And we can train up these two skill 3 leaders, hopefully, to skill 4. I think that's probably a good idea. Now for this infantry division, let's see. I think we have a lot of pretty good commanders. I'm going to use this yes, paratrooper skill. Maybe we can give him, although actually he should probably be commanding breakthrough division, because they will certainly see action. That's skill 4. That is already a paratrooper. What's going on? Where are the other assault divisions? Skill 3 and skill 3. Let's replace commander of 6th Infantry Division. Legendary paratrooper here. What about here? There are more paratroopers here. Okay, and then we can actually form 2 more assault divisions with the additional engineers that we get. And we are being bombed in Dortmund. What's going on with our interceptors? They're intercepting in Metz. I need you to intercept over Germany. We're still being bombarded in Leipzig. It's a problem for several reasons. Of course, this way also you will notice troop buildup that I'm doing here. I guess it's too late to be concerned about that. We have taken care of the armor divisions. Now let's take care of the corps commanders. Von Bock and von Manstein. Let's replace the commander of 2nd Armor Corps with von Manstein. What about the commander of 6th Army? This one definitely needs to be replaced. I could see von Bock being promoted. Army commander. And then we will have 1st Armored Corps be commanded by Hauser. Von Kleist, Blaskowitz, or Model. He has more skills. And the offensive traits, I'm going with Hauser. Okay, that kid takes care of this. Moving in an additional corps headquarters to the south to attach the divisions that I use to reinforce. I think we need to form new headquarters. Let's call this the 23rd Army Corps. Of course, going to Norway. We're destroying quite a bit of my IC. That starts to bother me. The deficit in metal is going down, but in rares it's getting worse. This is an extreme. How are we? losing so much rares. We're only importing rares from the Soviet Union and from Italy. There's a trade going on with the Netherlands, Slovakia, oh, and Yugoslavia. Okay, so I think the AI is on the case. How is it that these bombers can just fly through my territory without being intercepted? Let's fly out these transports, we don't need them here. What's going on? I have interceptors here. Here, they're intercepting over mids. I don't need them to intercept over mids. I need them to intercept my or the enemy strategic bombers. Let's see if we can do something about this. Okay, so we're still moving divisions into place. The game is going very slowly at the moment. It's because I'm reorganizing a lot of divisions and leaders. But I did set up the plans. Let's see, first Schnecke 1 takes care of the Netherlands. We'll have 2 armored divisions pushing in south towards Amsterdam and Den Haag. And in the north we have infantry supported by motorized infantry to capture Den Helder. This way we'll secure the flank in the north. And then we have Schnecke 2, which will take care of Belgium. Basically, we try to achieve breakthrough either here in Maastricht or in Verviers, whichever works. Probably Maastricht first, because here we can attack with a lot of divisions. Actually, this isn't technically correct. We decided to break through in Roermond, because Roermond can be attacked from several friendly provinces, whereas Maastricht can only be attacked from one province. So we can actually change Schnecke 2 to it's ugly. Look like this. Right. I'm not sure how to remove a plan from current plans. I don't know. It's a bit unintuitive. Anyway, this is the attack on Belgium, and they will be launched simultaneously. And then once we reach the French border, whatever is going on over here, we'll hopefully be able to continue forcefully with Schnecke 3, which is basically the final part of the offensive against France. The south is being reinforced. There's still a large concentration of enemy troops on our border, on the Moschino line, so that looks like a cavalry division, 2 infantry division, a light armor division. It's quite a lot. Don't currently have any more reinforcements headed for the south. We should attack quickly, rather quickly. As for these infantry divisions, I'm not sure they all belong here. I know I ordered them to move there, but maybe we should distribute them differently. So over here, of course, we need to make sure this one belongs to First Army, so this one is earmarked for Den Haag. I think here we need to divert some divisions. Four more divisions moving in. So it's crucial to achieve success with the armor. We're going to be stretched thin, that's pretty sure. Could quite well turn out to become a big disaster. But we'll try to stay flexible and see if we can achieve success anyway. Do we need all these divisions? Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull off some divisions from the north. Amsterdam can probably use some support. Let's see. Second Corps probably shouldn't be part of First Army. First Corps Den Haag. Third Corps Amsterdam. Which would mean these divisions this one at least. Go to Third Corps. And this one as well. This one can go to first. I forgot about the ball we haven't fight going on here. We have some interceptors. I don't know if they will join the battle to help out our naval bombers. And we also have a sub. What's going on? Where's the other? One sub is sitting here. It takes some damage, but it seems to be fine for the moment. Although it probably would be a good idea to switch it out for a healthy flotilla. Let's send out the Sea Wolf. Pakistan is quietly taking steps to align themselves with the Axis. Nice. Let's switch out units for Fricke, so we can train up another high skill flotilla commander. Over here we have an infantry corps that arrived. This is, well, the headquarter anyway. Divisions are still on the way. See if we can strategically redeploy them to speed things up. And then of course we have the mountain infantry heading to Rostock. There's a reserve infantry division earmarked for Norway, and we have the garrison of Danzig, which we could pick up as a reserve if necessary. We don't, but then we don't have any troops earmarked for Denmark. Okay. I mean, Denmark isn't crazy important. Norway is more important than Denmark, but it would help a lot with the supply lines if we would control Denmark as well. We'll have to think about that. There are 2 infantry divisions here that we haven't assigned yet. Maybe we should do Denmark, Norway first, and when Denmark is secured, we can pull these troops out and then only launch Schnecke. But that would delay Schnecke further. That would interfere with the idea of launching Schnecke at the end of the month in 20 days, but I think that's a pretty ambitious plan anyway. Now we have 1 assault division here. One here. None here. I think we'll have the highest success here, so check this again. We only have tell us where he is. So that's 1. That's it. I think there was only 1. It's probably this one. Yeah, it is here. That means we have 1 here. So we need 1 here, of course. Okay, so 1 of these assault battalions will move into this province. Don't have 1 here. What's going on? So 2 more are coming here. We'll reroute this division. Where's the other one going? We already have 1 in here. Nope, but we have an engineer battalion moving in there. I think the other one will go here as well. We'll create, because here they're the most flexible. We can use them to attack this way, and even Belgian, Belgian forces. Thinking about using this motorized infantry division for Denmark. There is an infantry division here we could use for Denmark. we have 3 more infantry divisions here. We'll use those for Denmark. And the 12th Corps, which is here, is now free for Denmark. I think we need an army here. Let this be the 7th Army. I will attach this corps to the 7th Army. And we'll attach the 12th Corps to the 7th Army. Okay, so the 7th Army will take care of Denmark and eventually Norway. We have 2 more infantry divisions here. Yeah, we have to. Let's see. That's 3 infantry divisions. 4 plus a motorized infantry division. That's 5. Not that much. So let's actually bring in these 2 additional infantry divisions. It's about 9 I think 9 divisions should work for Denmark, I hope. That's great. Taking damage before he even reaches the area of operations. Where is the other flotilla that we sent back? Let's rebase. Still at 91%. Let's use Freke instead. So I long for the day when I will be able to focus on submarine warfare, because but I need to shore up production for that. Need to have more time. Need a lot more flotillas. I think it can be done, but it requires a lot more dedication than I'm able to provide right now. Over here, a lot of the formations have moved into place. Let's decide where to attach. I think Eike is promising with skill 4. And then we have a pretty weak leader, so a skill 2. Yeah, I think we should replace him. Maybe train up Bux a bit more, and he will integrate the Assault Battalion. Okay. So the divisions for Antilope and Schlange are moving into place. We don't have the full command structure yet, and as far as I can see, I think I'm going to. Yeah, we're gonna have to think about phasing and the air support. I think they should get air support. They will have naval support, of course. Naval support is there's no naval support for all things Schnecke. Yeah. So, but we also have to check out the weather. I mean, pretty bad weather now. Still pretty cold, 5 degrees in Denmark. Today, what's going on here? Actually, above 0. We don't have snow. We lost a trade agreement with the Americans. It's now mid-March. I think the deployment largely is finalized in terms of division deployments. We do have a bit of a weak area here in the front. only 4 divisions. We do have 2 reserve divisions. I'll keep them in reserve because I can hopefully quickly move them around if the French get any idea. Move them one province over. These armor divisions, they are still upgrading. Almost half of the upgrade process is done. So the east is mostly garrison. We do have about 3 corps of infantry left. Which could be used in a case of an emergency. I think we managed to stabilize and even slightly improve the rares. I think we were down at 15k. I think we're doing pretty okay, earning a lot of money. Fuel and supplies aren't a problem at all. I noticed that the national unity is dropping, so eventually we'll have to do something about this. Oh, this is spies. What's going on? Why? We don't have any domestics. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Let's cut the research down to 5 projects. Also increase officer training a little bit. Let's dump everything else into spies. Let's spy a little bit on our neighbors in terms of military. It isn't a huge priority. I need to get rid of some spies, and of course I'm running into the spies problem despite being warned about it. The problem is I have a message switched off that I absolutely need, and that is there is a message that tells you when you lose a spy. Hostile spy detected. One of our spies was detected. This one. Why do I have it? Let's switch it on. Okay. I noticed that the sound is getting chopped up. Makes it sound pretty bad. So, but I think we're getting ready for the attack. it's been another 2.5 hours. I want to thank everybody who stopped by, and I'll see you soon. Take care.